Good evening, children. I hope everyone are doing fine. Let us continue with the chapter Combustion and Flame. In our previous class, we studied about fuel, right? So today we will be learning about combustion. So it has an important property, okay, of a if you say it is a useful fuel, it has an important property that its energy can be stored, okay, and it can be released only when needed. Okay, this is one of the important property of a fuel. Fuel releases its energy through a chemical reaction that is known as combustion. How fuel is going to release energy? It is by the process of chemical reaction that is said to be combustion. By the way, what is combustion? Do you remember that activity of burning a magnesium ribbon when where bright light has been emitted and magnesium oxide was formed as a white ash? Do you remember in the lesson metals and non-metals? Yes. So you might have observed how our neighborhood or somebody or in your home itself. So how we iron the clothes. So if we are going to fill the iron with a charcoal piece. So in our home we use the electrical iron, right? So whereas iron man, they prefer the iron box which is filled with charcoal pieces, right? And he is going to light that charcoal piece and fire them, isn't it? So the black charcoal pieces catch the fire and it will turn red, but that doesn't give you any sort of smoke, right? Why? Because it is already converted to charcoal. Okay, so the wood has been burnt. So while burning we see that smoke comes out. So when it is converted to charcoal and it is ignited again, it doesn't give any smoke. Okay, so we might have observed like mother when she light the burner of a cooking gas using a lighter. So this is also catch a fire. Okay, so we ignite a gas stove with a lighter, right? So that also doesn't give complete smoke, isn't it? So here in the picture you can notice burning coal in a iron box. So this is how the charcoal has been ignited, and you see it is the black color is converted to red one, right? So that means it doesn't give any smoke, instead it will give heat. So in all these activities, burning of a substance takes place with the emission of heat as well as light, right children? So the substance reacts with oxygen that is present in the air to produce heat and light. So this chemical process in which substance reacts with oxygen to produce heat and light is called combustion. So here is a clear definition for combustion. So it is overall a chemical process because new product is formed, that is heat and light, isn't it? So the chemical process which substance is going to react in the presence of oxygen to produce heat and light is called combustion. So it is a type of oxidation reaction where the fuel reacts with oxygen. So this reaction we call it as oxidation reaction because it is reacting in the presence of oxygen. Okay, but there is a slight difference between these two. So in combustion what happens, the organic compounds are completely burnt, okay, and it is producing carbon dioxide and water, and this process needs oxygen to occur. Okay, so in oxidation oxygen is added to the compound and oxides are produced. Okay, like magnesium is burning in the presence of oxygen, it gives magnesium oxide, isn't it? So in combustion heat and light are produced, but this is not same with the oxidation. But combustion ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ heat and light are produced, but this is not the same with oxidation. Okay, so it is not at all same in case of oxidation, it is completely different in case of combustion, that is heat and light are being produced. Coming to all combustion reactions are oxidizing reactions, but all oxidization reactions are not combustion reaction. Okay, so here whatever combustion reaction you take, it is said to be oxidizing reaction, but you can't call oxidizing reactions as combustion reaction. Fine. So complete combustion takes place in the presence of sufficient oxygen. So when there is sufficient oxygen in the atmosphere, utilizing that, complete combustion takes place, and it is accompanied by the evolution of heat and light, and thus and it is exothermic reaction. Okay, so what do you mean by exothermic reaction? Exo means outside, thermic means heat. So complete combustion takes place in the presence of oxygen by giving out heat and light. That is said to be exothermic reaction because it is giving light and heat outside. Okay, so it is called exothermic. Exo means outside. Okay, so incomplete combustion takes place when the supply of oxygen is inadequate. So incomplete combustion ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ sufficient oxygen ಸಿಗದಲೇ ಇದ್ದಾಗ it undergoes incomplete combustion. When oxygen is in inadequate amount, what happens? It undergoes incomplete combustion. Okay, so children, here is an activity to be performed under adult supervision. So you should not perform alone. You should perform this activity in the presence of parents. Okay, take a thin strip of wood, metal and a sheet of paper. So hold them close to a candle flame, so and observe how it burns. Do they catch fire? So which one will catch fire immediately? Is it a wood, metal or a sheet of paper? Okay, immediately which gonna catch fire? That is sheet of paper, right? So children, just now we studied one activity. What you can understand from this activity? We will see that all substances do not catch fire, right? So the substance which burn easily and cause fire, that is called combustible. Okay, that is inflammable substance we call it as. So there are two types of combustible reactions or combustible substance. We call it as, that is the substance which burn easily and which causes fire, like paper. So it is called as combustible, or we can call it as inflammable substances. Okay, the substance which do not burn are called as non-combustible or non-inflammable substance. For example, iron and steel, they absorb, right? They won't burn or they won't catch fire. Such substance we call it as non-combustible or non-inflammable substance. So petrol is most commonly used as inflammable. That means it gonna catch fire easily, right? So it is called as inflammable substance. But there are many other inflammable liquids and gases which is used for domestic purposes. Okay, so here you should, this is your assignment or homework, you need to do it. So here is a list of some common materials that is given below, and you need to mark this substance as combustible or non-combustible. Coal, camphor, so which is going to catch the fire easily, that is said to be inflammable. Okay, so which doesn't catch fire easily, that is non-inflammable. Okay, remember that. So coal, whether it is combustible or non-combustible, camphor, stone, glass, kerosene, brick, perfume, straw, iron, matchstick, whether these are combustible or non-combustible, you should make a list of it. Okay, so children, you might have observed a big tankers of Indian oil or Bharat Petroleum on the roads. You might have seen. So they have got words highly inflammable. Okay, so have you observed this hashtag on the petrol tanks? It is mentioned that highly inflammable. That means it has a high power of getting ignited easily. Okay, so written over them in the big bold letters, right? So this is because petrol is highly combustible substance. It can catch fire with even a slight spark and can become hazardous, right? Can you name another place where you see a similar warning on the gas cylinders or petrol tanks or diesel tanks? Okay, and maybe in the petrol bunks also they might have written this hashtag, because people without knowledge, they keep smoking in the petrol bunk. Only a small spark is enough, children, to catch a fire. Okay, so this is about the topic combustion. So we studied the definition for combustion and what is combustion, and types of combustible substance, that is inflammable and non-inflammable. It is otherwise called as combustible and non-combustible respectively, right? And we shall study types of combustion in the next video.